Hello, and thank you for joining me on another episode of the Northwest Bank Podcast. I'm your host, Luther Lampert. This year, National Small Business Week is taking place April 28th through May 4th, and to celebrate, we wanted to talk about small business. Startup businesses are an important part of our economy. They drive innovation, create jobs, and support local communities. Yet, small business owners likely face common challenges on their path to success. Today, we're going to discuss a few tips to help guide entrepreneurs as they begin planning to expand their small business. Joining me today is Ross Taets. Ross has been with Northwest Bank for 7 years. He started with the bank as a management trainee before joining the commercial department as a lender a year later. After 5 years, he became a business banking manager in our Des Moines metro market. Ross works with a portfolio of clients in a variety of industries. In his free time, he enjoys watching the Cyclones, golfing, and chasing around his 2 daughters. Ross, thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. Excited to be here.
So starting your own business can be tricky. Typically, as a startup, you've come up with a great idea for a product or service, and you're really good at providing that product or service, but maybe not hiring, accounting, filing taxes, or securing financing. So it can be a struggle to get started at times. Ross, if you have a great business idea, where do you go to get started? What are some resources that are available?
Yeah, I think where to start can kind of depend on maybe what your background is and what stage of planning you're in. For those that are really in the idea stage of things, maybe coming out of college or maybe jumping into a new industry entirely, but you just know that you want to be a business owner, I would say the SBDC office, the Small Business Development Center, is a great place to start. There are a ton of variables, obviously, that go into starting a business, and their counselors have a great roadmap to business ownership, from selecting a business idea, determining its feasibility. Do you want to sell online? Do you want to do brick and mortar? Do you want to buy a franchise or be independent? Selecting these business partners that you mentioned, the accountants, the attorneys, finding the location, doing the market research, all these different variables, the counselors there can really help you understand all the aspects of business ownership that maybe you're not thinking about initially. Oftentimes though, we see business owners that maybe broke off from their previous employer because they wanted to do something on their own. These individuals generally have a good understanding of how the operations of the business will run because they've had years of experience in the field. They know the employees they need, the vendors that they will use, their target customers, what their competitive advantages will be. So while the SBDC office is a great starting spot for anyone, maybe these individuals don't need that base level background on business ownership, but helping them find the right partners and mentors and kind of understanding the financial side of things is something that our lenders here at Northwest Bank do a great job of.
And as you start planning for the financial needs of your business, what are the most helpful things to have in place before you go and talk to a banker about securing financing?
Yeah, I think having a business plan is probably one of the first things that you'll want to create. This is truly your foundation and where you put all your thoughts onto paper. I've seen a number of business plans over the years. They're all different and can include different information, but I would say some general categories that can be included in these business plans are an executive summary of the business, the background of the business, the owner's resume, what are their qualifications to start this business, some type of market analysis, what's the industry outlook, the competitive landscape of the industry that you're looking to enter into, the organizational structure, what type of legal structure are you looking to start, the management of the business, how many employees will join the business, different, obviously the products and services that you're going to offer, and maybe the price points that you're going to offer those at, and then the marketing approach. How are you going to attract customers? And there's other things that you can add to this business plan, maybe do a SWOT analysis, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's often in there as well. But simply taking the ideas out of your head and putting them on paper is probably the best place to start if you're jumping into a new business. And the other thing I would say is, and we've alluded to it a little bit, is building your team of business partners. I think business owners are generally leaders by nature and want to have full control of all aspects of the business, which comes natural, and is very understandable. But I think it's also important for these business owners to relinquish some of that control and find some trusted advisors that they can go to. Find an accountant that can assist putting together some projections for you. Eventually they will be your tax advisor and help you understand your cash flow. Find an attorney that can help you understand the right legal structure and create your organizational documents that you will eventually need when approaching a bank to open your business accounts and things of that nature. Find an insurance agent that can get you in the right coverages to make sure you're protected. And of course, finding the right banker, finding the right bank that will understand your business, that finding the right lender that you can resonate with and explain the business model that you've created, get your account set up so you can start conducting business. So, what I love about Northwest Bank is we pride ourselves in being embedded in the community and sitting down with local business owners and really understanding where they're coming from and listening to their ideas and being a trusted advisor to them. So, these are groups of people that will set you up for success, help you navigate various challenges that you will encounter as you start your road to business ownership, and also be advocates for your business.
Ross, if your current network of associates doesn't maybe have an attorney, or you don't have the name of someone to help get you started as you're planning your business, is that something as a banker that you've been able to help point people in the right direction, or are there resources to find maybe mentorship or names of services that can help?
Absolutely. I think every banker at Northwest Bank is connected in the community somehow. That's something we take pride on, is creating networks of our own, so we can be referral partners to our customers and getting them connected with the right people to help their business succeed and be advocates for their business. So I think if you are searching for that trusted advisor, whether it's an attorney or an accountant or an insurance agent, we deal with these individuals and these professionals on a daily basis in routine encounters that we go through. So if you are looking for a recommendation, a banker is a great place to start, and they can likely point you in the right direction.
You've mentioned taking pride in your role a few different times here. So, Ross, what drew you to become a business banker? What do you enjoy most about your role?
So I graduated from Iowa State, and my first job out of college was at a corporate finance in a financial analysis role, and really quickly realized that it wasn't my passion. What I enjoyed was being out in the community and meeting people and networking and hearing different businesses' stories. So I quickly made the jump to the banking world and started at Northwest Bank. And as I've been in commercial lending over the last 7 years, what I found my passion is really getting started with startup businesses, helping them evaluate all the aspects of their business, getting them the funding that they need to help them see their dream come to fruition, and then walking with them along the way. Business ownership is never easy. It may sound glamorous, but there's always hard times and tribulations that you have to go through. And frankly, I've enjoyed being there for customers along the way, and seeing their success is the best part of my job.
And what do you enjoy most working at Northwest Bank?
The commitment the bank has to small business lending is really second to none at Northwest Bank. Our goal is to give lenders the tools to make the process easy and streamlined for our customers that are looking to take the jump into business ownership. What we have at Northwest Bank and a full-time SBA expert keeps us up to date on SBA changes, which ultimately make the process easier for our customers. So, we want to be the trusted advisor for you when you walk in the doors and support you along the way. And, hopefully for the next opportunity, when your business has grown 2 times over the next 5 years, we want to be there for you for opportunities down the road as well.
If you have a business idea in mind, whether it's something new that you have yet to start, or maybe a side hustle that is starting to grow larger than you expected, when might be the right time to begin conversations with your banker to start growing your business?
As we say a lot, it kind of depends. There are many startups, or I would say businesses in the first 3 years of operation, that might not have needed bank financing right away. And that's perfectly fine. They might come to a bank after a couple years because maybe they've hit a point in their business where they need some additional funding to grow what they've already established. Others might need funds from the start for equipment or build out or working capital. And that's great too. So there is never a wrong time to approach a bank and seek guidance for funding options. I would say, it is important when you approach a bank to have that business plan ready and established to talk through. As I mentioned, this is really the foundation of your business idea. We'll give insight to your background as a business owner and why you're qualified to start the business, the competitive landscape in the industry you're looking to enter, and show your roadmap to success that you've laid out. I would say one thing to consider when approaching a bank is they'll likely request some type of financials or projections. How do you envision the business will perform in the first 3 years? So consider the price point or the volume that you think you will sell your product or service at, how much revenue you will need to generate to cover those expenses, or some type of break-even analysis. What are necessary expenses to get the business up and running? Maybe stress tests for situations that might not go quite as planned. So ideally that you have some type of data to back up the validity of your projections. And I would say it's always important to make sure these are realistic projections. So I'd say when you do approach a bank, have a strong grasp of all the aspects of your business, understand what your financial needs are, and then articulate to the bank what success will look like, both financially and holistically.
Ross, thanks for taking some time to talk to me today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
If you're looking to start or grow your business, Northwest Bank offers tailored financial solutions to support your small business. Our business bankers are here to support you on your path to sustainable business growth. Check out Northwest Bank's BizBuzz blog for articles and resources to help you grow your business. Find those articles and more on our website, nw.bank. Thanks for listening. Keep checking nw.bank for more episodes of the podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to get notifications every time we release a new episode. Thanks again to our guest, Ross Taets, and thank you for joining us today. Northwest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.